Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is time to dive into the spring season of the NFL. I'm Cooper Kelsey.
And I'm Caden Vandenbergen.
This is Mock Draft 2026.
Yes, Coop, like you said, we are back. We had a long hiatus, just really busy with school and stuff, unable to record. But we're going to come at you full-fledged. We got a mock draft, so it's going to be a little bit of a longer episode today. First mock draft 1.0. We're going to try to do a couple more mock drafts later and later as we get closer to the draft in April, at the end of April. And let's just get into it. First pick is the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this is unanimous. We know who's going to go.
I think, let's just say it on three. 1, 2, 3.
Fernando Mendoza. Yeah.
Yep.
Little notes here. They just hired the OC, not just, but as we're recording this, the hired OC from the Seahawks, Clint Kubiak. Kubiak also brought over Andrew Janocko, however you want to say it. He was the quarterback coach with the Seahawks, so they're going to be head coach and OC for the Raiders. Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly did not work out for the Raiders. They were gone after a year. Chip Kelly was gone halfway through the season. They were last in yards per game. They were last in points per game. I'm pretty sure they averaged like 14 or 17 points a game, which is atrocious.
That is.
So you bring in Clint Kubiak, who is an offensive-minded guy. You saw what he did with the Seahawks. And then Andrew Janocko, which you saw what he did with Sam Darnold, right? And with the talent of Fernando Mendoza, I think that this is going to be a good pick for them to get their offense rolling with Ashton Genty. And I think they got to go and get some receiver, right? Jack Beck and Trey Tucker is not going to get it done for them.
No.
So Mendoza is going to be that pick.
I think alongside of that, we're preface this is first round only. We don't have time to go through all 7.
Also, 7 is really hard. So
it is very hard because we are not NFL experts. We are casuals that look into NFL. But like you said, I think you just have to get an offensive lineman as well in this draft.
Yeah.
Alongside that wide receiver. So biggest needs for the Raiders: wide receiver, running quarterback, and offensive tackle. I think you address quarterback first overall. Then you get a tackle and wide receiver. Make that part easy.
All right, Coop. Who you got going to the Jets?
I have Arvell Reese.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
I feel like the first 3 the first 2 are definitely were easy because the Jets' biggest need. I'll run through the biggest needs of the teams.
Yeah.
Biggest needs for them is going to be linebacker, wide receiver, corner, and linebacker Arvell Reese, easiest prospect on the board for his position.
He is huge. Have you seen him? Like, Caleb Downs looks massive, but then you see him stand next to Caleb Downs, and he makes Caleb Downs look like a little person.
Yeah.
Arvell Reese is massive. And like you said, they need honestly, they can get anything. They need help anywhere, right? Yeah. They do need a quarterback, but this isn't a very heavy quarterback draft class, in my opinion. No. This is a very I'm looking at it's
a very average
people that we've looked. I'm looking at the picks I've made. It's very defensive heavy, very edge rusher heavy, very like O-line heavy.
I was looking at that too. Like I was going through the different positions consensus big board.
Yeah,
there's only 1 or maybe 2 guys at offensive skill positions going. 1 quarterback or 2 on NFL mock draft database.
Yeah,
and then the rest are basically defensive guys. So this is very defensive heavy, like you were saying.
Yeah, but the Jets were bottom 10 in yards allowed per game. So I think giving Arvell Reese the ability to just be the captain of that defense, and he knows how to do it. He was under Patricia, sorry, I forget his name, on the defense with that Ohio State star-studded defense, right? He was the person in the middle of the field that they could trust. So I think him going to the Jets is going to be good for their start on the defensive side.
Absolutely.
Cardinals, I have them going Francis Maui-Noah.
Same.
Offensive tackle from Miami. They need O-line help.
Significantly.
Yeah. I know people aren't high on K1, Kyler Murray, but it's also he just has no O-line help.
I don't think you don't have to tackle quarterback in the draft.
No,
like you were saying, because this is such a mediocre quarterback class. Your next best prospect behind Mendoza is Ty Simpson, and that is not a quarterback that would fit with the Cardinals.
Especially how they run their offense. They just got Mike LaFleur, brother of Matt LaFleur from the Packers. He's the former Rams OC, so you saw what the Rams offense was able to do with that. I understand Rams offense is completely more high-powered, but if you bring in that Jonathan Gannon's gone. He just wasn't it for the Cardinals. So you bring in that OC for the from the Rams, and a really, like we said, with Clint Kubiak, very offensive mastermind. And Francis Mariano is the best tackle in the draft. He will be able to protect Kyler Murray or Brissett or whoever they go and get free agency.
4 biggest things for the Cardinals to address in this draft: offensive tackle, done so in the first round.
Yep.
Edge, linebacker, and safety.
Yeah.
So
which, like we just said, defense. So I think getting your offensive lineman here and locking that Francis Mariano pick in and then going to get defense later is perfect because of how deep this defensive draft end is.
For sure.
All right, who you got in the Titan spot?
In the Titan spot, I was throwing this one around a lot because it's a matter of fit for the team, but I went Ruben Bain.
Okay.
Off the edge. I think it was a very big toss-up between Ruben Bain and David Bailey. Did you go with Ruben?
Ruben Bain. Yeah, Ruben Bain.
So edge, wide receiver, linebacker, 3 biggest needs for the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ruben Bain had a very good playoff. He disrupted Ole Miss a lot and got off the edge and sacked Mendoza a couple times. He just went on an absolute tear, and I think he'll fit well into this young Titans team, especially with Dab Bull coming as the defensive coordinator now.
I thought he was offensive.
Maybe he's offensive.
But Robert Saleh, is the head coach, but he's a very defensive-minded guy. He came from the Niners on the defensive side.
That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, I have that in my notes.
So I think that'll fit in really well. So Saleh is a really good defensive developer.
Yes.
So I think he'll fit in very well there.
Yeah, like you said, he was, like I said, he's the Niners DC last year. Played really well. Obviously, they had a lot of injuries. Yeah, whatever you want to say about it. But him going to be the head coach of the Titans can get anything they need help. So yeah, Robert Saleh is as the new head coach. At Ruben Bain going to the Titans. 5 spot. Let's see if we stay interlinked. I got Carnell Tate going to the Giants.
Carnell Tate. Biggest needs: wide receiver, offensive tackle, corner. Because of Francis Mariano and Ruben Bain being taken, because I would have gone Francis Mariano if you were the Giants if he's left.
Really? Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
You have Malik Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a 2nd or 3rd round wide receiver,
mm-hmm.
and that generally works out better for most teams.
Yeah.
Speaking from the Steelers' perspective,
exactly.
But more on that later.
Yeah. They brought in John Harbaugh. We know how he coaches. He's been a phenomenal coach for so many years. I think pairing him with Leak and Jackson Dart is going to be phenomenal. I hope. Like, it's going to be phenomenal, right? You have 2 deep receivers. Leak also got hurt, so hopefully, I know he'll be probably fully recovered by the time season comes because it was an early season injury. But I think with John Harbaugh coming in and trying to just change the culture of that team, they get Carnell Tate.
For sure. Moving on to the 6th pick of the draft. Browns have 2 picks in the first round. Mm-hmm. So they have the 6th pick and the 24th.
Okay.
So at the 6th pick, I have them taking offensive tackle Spencer Fano from
6
Utah.
6 for 6, baby.
6
I also
6,
have
baby.
Spencer Fano. Let's go. We're interlinked right now. It might change after this pick, but
it might. This is where I really struggled here at 7. But Cleveland needs to address offensive tackle, wide receiver, and corner. I think Spencer Fano might be the best to second best offensive guard or offensive tackle rather in the draft. Maybe Caden Proctor is the second, but this is a Utah heavy draft class. By the way, 2 guys possibly projected to go in the first round. Known for their offensive line, I think that is fit well. Get some help for your quarterback situation, which will be addressed.
Yeah.
Later, I mean, you have 4 guys in your depth chart. So.
Yeah. I mean, if Shedor's the guy, you got to find O-line to protect Shedor. Yeah. He played well, right? They're getting Todd Monken, Ravens offense coordinator. So what he was able to do with Lamar and Derrick Henry, so hopefully he's able to do the same thing with Shedor. So yeah, Spencer Fano is a good pick there just to protect Shedor. Right.
All right.
Commanders, I got them going Caleb Downs.
I have them going Caleb Downs as
only because he's just they need secondary, right? And
they need secondary.
I was going between them and Mansour Delane because Mansour Delane out of LSU is a phenomenal corner. But if Caleb Downs is there at the 7th spot, I don't think you can pass up on Caleb Downs.
That's my exact reasoning. Edge is their biggest need, and most mock drafts have them going. If David Bailey goes early, if David Bailey is still there, they have them taking David Bailey over Caleb Downs.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with a guy like Caleb Downs, who is the steal of the draft, by the way. I put a note on this. They need to address edge, safety, and wide receiver. I think you have to take him because he's a generational prospect.
Yeah.
And first note on him is I would not be surprised if the Cardinals skip O-line for Downs and take a solid guy like Isaiah Ward in the 3rd round.
Did you know he tore his ACL?
No. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he got hurt in the Indiana game. Because my friends texted me that he tore his ACL. I'm pretty sure he got hurt in the Indiana game.
I did not know that. But he's still – I think Isaiah Ward's still a good prospect. But regardless, maybe not necessarily Isaiah Ward in the 3rd. But
something like that.
Skipping on O-line to take a guy like Caleb Downs who immediately brings leadership to your secondary too. So that would not surprise me. But I think Commanders – if he falls to him, you have to take him.
Yeah, you can't skip on that. He's a Swiss Army knife. We talked about it literally for multiple seasons.
He could even play middle linebacker too if he needed.
Commanders were the worst in yards allowed from the passing perspective, so they just need some secondary to fix it. And Caleb Downs is their spot. Who you got in the Saints spot?
It was hard to not follow the mock drafts, but it doesn't make sense to not go with it. Because of the options that their priority need at this level. Yeah. There's no number 1 wide receiver prospect outside of Carnell Tate. So I have them taking Jeremiah Love.
Okay. Yeah, I have them going Mekhi Lemon. Okay. Just from a receiver perspective. Here, you talk about Jeremiah Love.
So, biggest needs, wide receiver, running back, edge. Edge, there's already the top 2 prospects off the board. I mean, they could go.
I had them going David Bailey.
They could go David Bailey, yes, but I think you need to address the running back situation.
So I switched it because I was like, David Bailey could go here, but I had switched it for a later pick because I forgot Mekhi Lemon existed. Mekhi Lemon won the Blitnikoff this year. But anyway.
Yeah, I think Jeremiah Love goes to the Saints. However, I could see a trade, pick swap alongside Isaiah Pacheco for Jeremiah Love, the draft rights for the Chiefs. And if that happens, the NFL is going to see a dynasty reborn.
With the Chiefs?
With the Chiefs. Because Jeremiah Love is the second most underrated prospect in the draft. And pairing with a guy like is it Shane Steichen? Who's the Chiefs OC?
I have no clue the OCs for the NFL.
I can't remember, but that would be a very dangerous combination, and that's why I think Jeremiah Love is a very good prospect, and he would fit really well with Kellen Moore, because he's the head coach of the Saints, and he's a play caller as well, and that the way that the Rams need a threat out of the backfield as well, not only in the run game, but he's a very good swing guy. So I don't see a situation where I could see them taking Mekhi Lemon. Yeah. But I think Jeremiah Love would be my pick.
Yeah, Mekhi Lemon. Chris Olave has been not like declining, but also it's been a weird quarterback battle with Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck has played phenomenal. If he played all season, I think he could have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, but not taking away from T-Mac at all. But I think Tyler Shuck played on the phenomenal side of football. So if he keeps it up and he gets a weapon like Mekhi Lemon, I just think the Saints can't pass it up there and they get Mekhi Lemon.
For sure.
9 spot, I have the Chiefs going Jeremiah Love.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, just like you said, Pacheco. I think they, like you said, the dynasty thing all over again. So just move it down 1 spot. Everything that Coop said, I'd put it here. Pacheco's on the decline, and they just need to get a good running back to not just have to pass the ball every single time.
If Jeremiah Love is on the board, they'll take him. If not, I have them going David Bailey. Okay. Because David Bailey's a top 10 pick any way you put it. That's their second biggest need, and then wide receiver is their third. Again, still too early to stretch for a wide receiver, but David Bailey being the next best prospect on the board, wouldn't make sense to not take him. Yeah. I everything you said about David.
I haven't talked about David Bailey yet.
We have not talked about David Bailey. Sorry, but he also had a very good year. It was kind of a slow game, but even in the quarterfinal against Oregon,
dude, he was the whole reason our offense can do anything.
He was wrecking everything.
Oh my gosh!
So I think that's it. He'll be a solid NFL defensive lineman.
Yeah. All right. Who do you got the Bengals getting?
This one, I didn't know, but because their biggest need was safety, and then edge, because Caleb Downs is not here, I have them going Peter Woods because they need to address the inside. and that he's just a big guy.
Yeah.
And if you go outside of that, the next best safety option is hang on, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, which is a guy at Toledo.
Good.
He's pretty good. But I think you just address the inside for the Bengals because you have to replace a guy like Chris Hubbard, Tyler. No, why can I not think of him?
The D end.
The D end. Yeah,
Trey
yeah.
Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson. But you need to get some help on the inside of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be my pick for them. Their third biggest need. They don't really need another edge at this point in the draft. So I go Peter Woods. What do you got?
Yeah, I have them going David Bailey.
Yep.
I'm not super high on Peter Woods. I think he's watching some film on him. He knows how to like put pressure on the quarterback and like move out to stretch plays. But in total pass rush, I'm not super high on him. But also David Bailey is on the draft board, so
right.
You get that star-studded DN, and like you said, got to replace Trey Hendrickson. So yeah, I have them going David Bailey because, like you said, that quarterfinal game, he was wreaking havoc. He has the vertical. Oh my gosh, he can jump so high in the air. It's actually insane how fast he can move. So yeah, I have them going David Bailey
for sure.
Dolphins, I had mentioned it previously before. Cornerback Mansford Delane.
Same. Biggest need and address it.
Out of LSU, like I said, yeah.
Oh, I definitely missed that. Yeah.
Jeff Hafley is the DC from the Packers coming in. So we got another defensive-minded guy becoming the head coach, and they've struggled ever since Jalen Ramsey left when they traded for Minka.
Yeah.
So I think Mansford Delane's going to be a good spot for them to play on the outside as a corner.
And he'll pair well with Minka, I think. Minka's been put under a lot of pressure even when he was with the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
He saw fall off because there was weak secondary help, and he was having to fly everywhere.
Yeah.
Mansford Delane is just an all-over-the-place guy.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. You're good.
No, you're good. Yeah. All right, Cowboys at 12. Their biggest needs are going to be edge, linebacker, corner, and address the linebacker position because there's really no edges left. 3, 2, 1.
Sonny Styles.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just
easy enough. Enough said about him. He
2025, he had 46 solo tackles, being able to fly towards the ball. I think Sonny Styles is, once again, like we talked about Arvar Reese, Sonny Styles got really overshadowed because of the way Arvar Reese played football. But Sonny Styles was just a catalyst for that defensive mind with Patricia, like Arvar Reese was. So I think Sonny Styles is a perfect pick here for the Cowboys at that 12 spot.
Absolutely. And Cowboys also have 2 picks in the first round at the 12 and 20 spots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, moving on to the Rams. Their biggest needs are corner, offensive tackle, wide receiver. And then they also have 2 picks at the 13 spot and the 29 spot.
Yep.
I think this is... Where did they get the 13th from?
I literally have no clue.
Oh, it's okay. I have them going Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee.
Okay.
He's been a mid guy, according to this mock board.
He was hurt.
He was hurt for a good portion of the year.
I'm pretty sure it was him instead of Colton Hood. One of the Tennessee quarterback.
It was
Jermod
McCoy.
He hurt his ACL.
He hurt his ACL, so he hasn't been very super active. But I was looking into him, and he seems like he's got to know it. Like stand out corner, making waves in the football.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he had a really good senior week. He's versatile, which is something that the Rams need with the absence of Jalen Ramsey again. So I think going Jermod McCoy and stealing him because he's a guy. Mansford Delane would have been my first, but Dolphins will take him for sure. Jermod McCoy should be a versatile guy for the Rams.
Yeah. For me, Stafford comes back. Stafford's a little old, so I think this has got to be his last year. There's no way he keeps playing after this. He needs his protection, so I have him going offensive guard out of Penn State, Ola Vavega Ion. Vavega Ion. He's a guard out of Penn State. I just think he needs protection.
Vavega.
Yeah, something like that. Needs the protection to just keep playing football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got them going Vavega Ion.
At the
Ravens
14 spot, Ravens.
I got them going edge here. Got them going Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. What did you got too?
Well, I don't.
Okay.
But that was the big board, Akeem Mesidor, which is weird to see him coming all the way up.
Yeah. He was really quiet this year.
He was very quiet until the national championship.
Not even national championship, just until like I heard his name against Ohio State when he was playing, right? But also Miami was like that all year, except Ruben Bain and obviously Malachi Toney, Mark Fletcher. But yeah, the Ravens need edge rush help, so I think they go Akeem Mesidor here.
Edge is their priority, but I think I do not have. I'm not high on Akeem Mesidor this far up in because of the quiet year that he had. I think I have them going Olivega, Eon, just to get some interior offensive line help with the absence of who was it? I can't remember exactly, but they need some help protecting on the inside. Lamar got pressured a lot on the interior, and the edge was not so much of a problem.
Yeah.
But getting a guy like Olivega is going to be huge if they move on, even beyond Lamar.
Yeah.
Like, if Lamar gets traded, you're going to want to have a solid guy on the inside.
Excuse me.
And Eon was exactly like that.
Exactly.
Cassius, well, I'm just going to spoil it now. The Buccaneers have the 15th pick.
Oh, yeah. I got Cassius Howell.
Cassius Howell, okay, we're right there. Their biggest needs are edge, linebacker, tight end. Cassius Howell is the next best edge guy. Bingo.
Yeah,
Cassius Howell, even in the Miami game, right, Miami played A&M.
Yeah.
I heard Cassius Howell name a lot.
Exactly.
He had a very, very good year.
Moving into that, I think it's the same thing, just big year. He was one of that A&M defense was very sorry, respectfully. They were very sorry.
Very,
and
very
he
sorry.
was the bright spot on that team, just getting the quarterback. So, 16, moving to the Jets. I got them going
their second pick of the first
Yep.
round.
I got them going corner, Jermard McCoy. Beefs up. I just think they need to go full defense here. I'm not high on Ty Thompson. It's not Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson, sorry.
Yeah.
I love you, Ty Thompson. Ty Simpson, except I do have him going in this first round. But anyway, I just don't think the Jets need to go that quarterback here. I think they need to beef up their defense. So I got them going Jermard McCoy out of Tennessee.
Good pick. Because I have Mekhi Lemon still on the board. I'm having Mekhi go here to the Jets. Garrett Wilson may not be with the Jets very much longer. Even if he is, Mekhi Lemon is a very, very good second option for whatever quarterback is in that position. He won the Blitnikoff, obviously, and I think it's a very good pick there.
Moving into the Lions, we talked about this on the podcast for the mailbag because Colby had asked, do they go O-line or do they go D-line? Do they beef up their pass rush or do they protect Jared Goff?
Protect Jared Goff.
And I also have them protecting Jared Goff. Let's see if we got it. 1, 2, 3.
Caleb
Lomu. Yeah.
Yep.
Caleb Lomu out of Utah. Another Utah lineman leaving the Salt Lake, going to the Detroit. Need O-line help, right? And then the question is, do you go O-line, D-line? If not, like, did they go maybe a TJ Parker or a trying to think of the other D end because I'm not really high on Keldrick Falk either, but they just go somewhere there to protect. I think you just got to go somewhere to protect Jared Goff.
Yeah. All right. At the 18 spot, the Vikings, corner, safety, D-line, 3 biggest needs. I have them going Avion Terrell.
Okay.
At corner.
Yeah.
He had a good senior season, or maybe it wasn't senior season.
Let
me look real sec.
Go.
Avion, best fit for the Vikings. Consensus has him going here. He's a younger brother of AJ Terrell, who is also a standout corner at Clemson. Good discipline and man coverage.
Yeah,
and that's something that the Vikings need. Mm-hmm. They need a man option. They play a lot of zone, but when you get broken out like that, you need a good man option. And Avion was a good fit there.
Yeah, I had Brandon Siss, but now looking at Avion Terrell is just not on my thing at all. So I am going to go Avion Terrell. Like you said, they were bottom in the pass yards category per game. Vikings were, and they just need full secondary help. So Avion Terrell is going to be that pick for the Vikings. 19th, Panthers.
1, 2, 3.
Three. Kenyon Sadiq.
Boom! We are so good today,
Oh my gosh, we are locked.
I mean, it's because, yeah, sure, they need edge, but
I think they go O-line instead of Sadiq. But I just think only because they run such a 12 or 13 set, which means first number is
Yeah.
always the running back, second number is the tight end. So it's one running back, two tight ends, or 13 for three tight ends. They got Tommy Tremble or JT Sanders, right? JT Sanders got hurt during that game against the Rams. I think it was Tremble. One of them got hurt. So you bring in Sadiq, who 6'5", 240 pounds, right?
He's a true tight end.
Yeah,
he can block.
Big blocker, but when he gets in space, he's gone.
He's nasty.
So I have him on my notes here to just replace one of those tight ends,
right?
Or even keep him in for those 13 personnel sets that they run.
All right, at the 20 spot, Cowboys' second pick of the first round, I have them addressing edge here, going with the guy you and I are very high on, Cedric Falk.
Okay.
Yeah. I think 20 is a good spot for him. He was projected 16, I want to say. 15. So I think that you address the edge portion with the absence of Micah Parsons now. Or you kind of wait and see who falls to you in the second round, but I think you take him because he's still there for you. You're running out of option. I mean, maybe Hakeem Mesidor, but I still think Hakeem's a stretch.
Yeah.
I think Keldrick.
Yep, you got it.
That's a hell of a name.
Yeah.
Would be a good option.
Yeah, Keldrick Falk, he's like 6'5", 280 pounds, but the way that he plays football, see on the film, is he just doesn't have the technique. I understand that you can't teach physique, but you can teach technique. I just don't think that's what the Cowboys want to do. I have them going edge rusher TJ Parker out of Clemson.
Okay.
He's a force in the field, and you just got to pick up with that slow Cowboys defense, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, can't really fill the spot of Micah Parsons, but you can fill the crack, right? You know what I mean? Pause. But you just have to fill some portion of that spot, and that's got to be TJ Parker. All right, let's hear it.
I don't hate that.
You're up. Steelers.
I want every single big board on earth has us taking Ty Simpson.
That's what I have him taking.
That's not going to happen. There's no reason.
That's what I was thinking.
There is no reason. Regardless if Aaron Rodgers comes back or not, we have Will Howard. We drafted Will Howard in the 6th round and said we're going to develop him. There's plenty of quarterback options out there for us to go grab. Malik Willis, I don't hate that because he's worked with Mike McCarthy and that offensive staff. I have him going Jordan Tyson.
Okay.
Because we need offensive help outside. We have Kenneth Gainwell. We'll re-sign him, hopefully. We have Jalen Warren, 2 good backs. Our offensive threat outside of that right now is Pat Freiermuth and Denzel Washington. We need somebody on the outside.
It's Darnell Washington.
Thank you.
I only know that because I call him Denzel Washington as the joke, but it's Darnell.
Darnell Washington.
I used to use him in Madden. He's huge.
Yeah. He's massive. Darnell Washington.
Shout out you, David. Denzel Washington.
And then our top prospect on the outside right now, we went and traded for him. Obviously, he's DK. But we have a 2-3 guy who would bounce around. Jordan Tyson's a very, very good route runner.
Yeah.
And that's something that we need to open up space for whoever is throwing the ball to get a chance and take a little bit of pressure for DK to run more outside routes like he's used to. That's why I think if he falls to us, we have to take him because that's our second biggest need, or our biggest need is wide receiver and then quarterback. Yeah. I don't like Ty Simpson. Steelers never have success drafting a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah, I just don't trust Will Howard at quarterback. Not like I just don't think he was a good quarterback ever in college. I understand he won a natty, but I just don't think he was a good quarterback. So I do have him going Ty Simpson here, just because I don't see Jordan Tyson, but I do have them going Ty Simpson here, just because Will Howard, and we don't know what A-Rod's going to do. Moving to the Chargers spot, I have them going Caden Proctor here.
Yep.
It is hard because they have Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater at the tackle positions.
Right.
But I just don't think you can pass up on Caden Proctor here, right?
Because
if you could go Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech, he's a defensive tackle, but I just think you need to go Caden Proctor here for the offensive side.
Caden Proctor is convertible too.
Yeah.
I know he's a quick step, he's a drop step guy, but he could easily move inside to a guard.
Yeah.
He's a
big dude.
He's a big guy and he's a teachable dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's very open to things like that. And so you address that interior to further protect Herbert on the inside.
Yeah.
All right. Eagles, biggest need is the tackle position, offensive tackle position, and then tight end, edge, wide receiver. I have the Eagles going with Blake Miller out of Clemson.
Okay. Yeah, I have them going Keldrick Falk out of edge rusher. I know I talked about it before, just like he has the tech. He doesn't have the technique, but you can teach that more than you can teach his physique of literal 6'5", 280 pounds out of Auburn. Yeah, that's about it. This was a pick this was probably the hardest pick where I was like, dude, I have no clue where to go here.
I was too. I was like, offense, defense. I mean, the Eagles are a more well-rounded team than people think.
Yeah.
If any other position needs to be addressed, it's probably the offensive line. That's why I lean towards that in Blake Miller. Blake Miller was a pretty good at Clemson. Really allowed Klubnik to get up to get second chances.
Which is crazy that we're picking 4 or 5 Clemson players in this round.
Yeah.
Got Blake Miller.
Which is weird to think about
because of
their
Blake Miller,
crappy
Avion
season.
Thoreau, TJ Parker, and then you picked Peter Woods, right?
Yeah, I picked Peter Woods.
So that's another Clemson guy, right? And just how abysmal their team was, but they have these star-studded players.
All right, Browns at 24.
Second pick.
I
have them going Jordan Tyson.
I have them going Denzel Boston.
Okay, yeah, just because Jordan Tyson was gone.
Just because Jordan Tyson's gone at 21, I think you have to address the wide receiver situation.
Yeah.
Denzel Boston on a very quiet but aggressive Washington team at the end of the year. Obviously, Oregon beat the brakes off of him.
But he's a big deep ball guy.
He is. He's very good, and that's something that...
And he's really good with the slants because he scored a couple slants on us, right?
He's a guy very similar to DK Metcalf.
Yeah. Jordan Tyson, freak athlete. Like, just nothing else you can say. Give Shedeur a weapon. Bears, I think they need to go straight defense.
Yep.
They don't need Ben Johnson has 2 superstars. We saw what he did with that offense with Caleb Williams. And they're going Caleb Banks, defensive tackle. His college is slipping my mind, but I'm going, out of Florida. I just think offense is really good. You got to get someone to secure the interior, and that's Caleb Banks.
I have them going Cade McDonald.
I had Cade McDonald.
Yeah.
But I think Caleb Banks is. I just think it's gonna be one of the two.
A little better fit.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, I think I was generally bouncing between that two. There was Cade McDonald or Caleb Banks, and the consensus had Cade McDonald.
Yeah.
So I just went with that because they're both good fit, but Caleb Banks might be a little bit better. Cade McDonald was very good, strong on the inside. So moving on to the Bills. Wide receiver.
Yeah, and mine's Denzel Boston.
Okay.
Because he hasn't gone yet.
Fair. Mine's Concepcion.
Yeah.
Which was a consensus pick. I just went ahead and did that one.
Where'd you send Denzel Boston?
Browns. I put Denzel Boston.
Oh, sorry. Where'd you send Jordan Tyson?
Steelers.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, how are you one receiver past me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Denzel Boston just needs a receiver. Right?
I don't think the Bills need that much. Like,
what I will say is
Concepcion's a good pick.
I do think this is like a little bit of a decline for the Bills, right?
It's a small setback.
Yeah. Sean McDermott's gone. I don't think it was his fault though for the Bills.
You have to, sometimes you. I think the Bills front office move is like the Steelers. You have to make some kind of change.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Bills fired McDermott. Tomlin just steps down. But a similar situation there. Tomlin recognized there was something that needed to change. So that'll be a good move. Concepcion's a great prospect. We saw what he did all of this year at A&M. Moving on to the 49ers.
I got O-tackle here.
I think I put O-tackle.
Monroe Freeling.
Yep, same.
Once again,
at
college.
Georgia.
Yep. They need O-line help with Trent Williams. Not gone, but petering out. He's getting a little old, so they needed. And he can just learn under Trent Williams. Monroe Freeling out of Georgia. He knows what. Playing under Kirby Smart, you got to be a coachable kid. So, like, him playing under Trent, he's going to be way coachable. Way better to learn. For sure.
That's going to be one. 49ers could get back into shape with a guy like Monroe Freeling. Yeah. Like you said, the kind of discipline and coachability.
Texans, I got them going Blake Miller from Clemson. Just need to protect C.J. Stroud. He against that Patriots game, he had 5 turnovers, which is getting peppered by oh my gosh, their D line's Milton Williams. I know Williams on the interior, but still, just their D line is just so good. So I think you got to give the Texans an offensive lineman to protect C.J. Stroud.
I went defense.
Okay.
I went with Caleb Banks.
Okay.
Good fit also at the D line position. Working alongside Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Both of those guys on the edge, of course, but you get a middle side threat. Everything you said about Caleb, I had the same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Rams, I got them going corner Colton Hood.
Okay.
Just because they don't need
Who was your first pick for the Rams at
Vega Eon, the guard.
Offensive.
So they go offensive there to protect Stafford, and need to go defensive here because I'm blanking one of their names, but they just gotta. It's same thing with the Seahawks. Corner's leaving, and then they just gotta fill in the spot with Colton Hood.
So this might be a little bit of a stretch. This is their 5th most needed spot. I have them going secondary again, and Dylan Thieneman.
Okay.
Dylan Thieneman had a really, really good senior week, and they're going to go defense to double up on defense in the first round.
Because you got the other thing, Jermon McCoy, right?
Jermon McCoy, yeah.
Okay.
And steal Thieneman at 29 because he had a very solid senior week, and he's a good character, which is something you need in the defensive, and then take a wide receiver in the 3rd round like Elijah Sherrod or Jacoby Lane. And I could also see them, though, because you went offensive line corner, taking an offensive lineman in the 2nd round or in this spot. I just think this is going to be my one drastic pick for the draft, and taking Dylan Thieneman in the 1st round. He has that talent, and he was All Big Ten, 2nd team All American. I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Something along those lines. So,
who you got for the Broncos?
Broncos need to address offensive line, or not offensive line, defensive linebacker, tight end, line, and I have them taking C.J. Allen.
Me too.
From Georgia.
Yeah, just defensive thing with Kirby Smart, being able to get a linebacker for the Broncos.
Yep.
Patriots, I have them going edge rusher. Zion Young out of Missouri.
I have Akeem Mesidor going here.
Okay. Yeah.
I think top 30 pick, or top 50 pick Akeem Mesidor. I think Patriots. He's best available guy.
Yeah. All right. Seahawks, we're losing either two of our 3 corners, which would either be Josh, which would either be Josh Jobe, Rick Woolen, get Rick Woolen off of our team, or Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah.
Spoon, we're gonna re-sign Spoon. Julian Love's gonna stay. Nick Manwari is obviously staying, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we go safety here. If we do, it'll be Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo. Okay. Or we go Keith Abney, which is my pick out of ASU. Keith Abney the 2nd, because I just think he's phenomenal. Watching his highlights, he is so good. And the way that the Seahawks play defense with Mike Mack calling it, he will fit right in with Spoon.
Yeah, I have them going Brandon Siss here.
Yes. Okay, I had Brandon Siss
early. You had him earlier.
So it was one of the two.
I had him. This was a consensus pick as well. It was between him and Colton Hood, and the Seahawks were taking Siss over Hood, so I just went in and throw him here. I think Siss is a great option for the Seahawks if they fall to him, and then I would go also with Keith Abney if he falls there.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was our first mock draft. We're going to do a couple more as we get to April, like I said before. Really fun doing these mock drafts. I think this is probably one of my favorite parts of the offseason.
It's a little time consuming.
Yeah.
But it forces us to get to know the guys.
And also you saw my notes. I had so many notes written down, so it just makes it more fun for preparing for the podcast. Coop's going to pray us out, and we'll get you on your way.
For sure. Lord Jesus, we just thank you for this time again to use this room to our benefit and talk about something that we love, Lord God. We thank you for the blessing of the cross and the sacrifice the Son Jesus paid on that, and that we may be able to live that glory out with you. We just ask you would bless this week, bless those listening, bless those that are in deep desire need of you, and we thank you and are grateful for everything. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Later.
Bye, guys.